Okay, in this video we're going to be talking more about filters that you can use in Storybook Creator, and I'm also going to show you the rubber stamp. First of all, for those of you who are watching who are not my customers or would like to get in touch with me, you can do so through my website at www.mycmsite.com/TAMMY, Tammy Gillespie, Gillespie. I also have a Facebook group, Tamila's Scrapbooking Divas, and that's Tamila with a T as in Tom. Okay, the page we're going to be making is this one, and this is not so much a scrapbook page as it is just showing you some of the things you can do with Storybook Creator with the new features on it. So what I'm going to do is start up here, and I'm going to turn off some of these things. If you want to see what a page looks like without something and with something, you can turn the little eyeballs on and off and see what it looks like. Okay, this is the picture that we started with, and I'm going to turn it into the page that you just saw from this picture. Okay, so let me undo that. Okay, it's turned off. Now what we're going to do first is go to Content, Shapes, Geometric, and we want to make a square. Okay, we did create this shape, use the original aspect ratio so that it will fit in the square shape of the page, and then you just pick your first color. I'm just going to fill it in with this because I'm not going to keep this one. You stretch it out, and you will want this to fit just within the lines of the page. Actually, we're not cutting this one, so it doesn't matter so much. And then you'll copy and paste and make each layer the color that you wanted to. Okay, let's get rid of those. I have already got some squares here. And what we're going to do is use the Fractal Map filter. And I've already done that on these, but let me show you. You would turn everything off except for the bottom layer that you're going to use. You highlight that, go to Format. Oh, and don't make any of these the background because you won't be able to make these changes to it. Just add the squares to the page and leave the background, and then you can just erase. You can go over here and click on the drop down arrow on the layer that is your background that will be blank, and you can do cut. Okay, now we go to Format, Filters, and you can see I've already done this one. We're using, whoops, not Threshold, that Fractal Map, and for this layer I use the Mist 2, and you can use the slider to adjust the amount of coverage that you want. And then you hit Apply. Then turn on your next layer. Do the same thing, and you're going to want to use a different style on these. I actually used, it looks like Mist 2 on this one also, but a different amount of coverage. You want to be able to see all the different layers through, like where you have white space here, you want to be able to see another color through that, and maybe right here you want to have a white space on that layer so that you can see another color through it. You want to be able to see as many colors as you can, so you use the different styles on each layer. Okay, and then we're going to turn on this layer, and you would do the same thing. And layer number 4, you would do the same thing. Okay, and what I did was, turn on the photo for a moment, I took most of these colors from this photo, and I went to my Cut and Fill tab, and I used the Sample tool to get a color. Let's see, how about that one? And then I would do Remember This Color, and if you click OK, it's best because sometimes it doesn't save it if you don't change anything, and you can always undo it. Okay, turn that picture off again. Actually, leave it on. Okay. And what we're going to do, this one already has a soft edge on it, but maybe we can go ahead and show you how to do the rubber stamp. If you right click on your photo, and you'll see the rubber stamp, click on that. And I made this one black, it looks like. So let's choose the color and we'll make it black. And I did just the standard. I wanted the full coverage of the rubber stamp, so I did standard. You do create. And let me turn that photo off. And now you can see this is the rubber stamp of the photo. And I'm going to delete that one because I already have one on here. Turn it on. Okay, now there's the rubber stamp. Now as you can see in this picture, there were no clouds in the sky when this picture was taken. But because of using the Fractal Map filter and the clouds styles, it looks like we have different colored clouds in the sky here. And it just gives it a different effect. I'm not trying to do so much a scrapbook page here as I am showing you what you can do. And you can use the rubber stamp on anything. So you just layer those. And then I went to the Insert tab and found the text that I wanted to use, the font, and put a text box on the page. You create, you click on that, and then I typed out Cannon Beach. Then I filled it with a gradient. To do that, I went to the gradient under Cut and Fill, and I did a one color gradient, and then I just chose a color, used the sample tool, and I chose a color from the picture to get this. I also took this word art from one of the collections, Live, Laugh, Love, and I used a gradient on it also. I think on both of these I used the one with the light stripe running horizontally through it. And then I added a little bit of shadow. You go to the Format, add Light Shadow, and you can flatten it, right click, and click on Flatten. And then you can add more shadow. You can keep adding as much as you want to. To get the edge on this photo, what I did was go to Filters and Soften Edge, and you set it to the amount that you want it softened, and then do Apply. And we're going to undo that because it changed my photo. And that's all I did to this page. That's something that you can do with your photos or your papers. Use the Fractal Map and the rubber stamp tool. Okay, if you have any questions, just message me and let me know. Thanks for watching.